I'm just going to ask you for your personal opinion, not associated with your organization. What are the things you're most afraid of from a cybersecurity perspective in the next 1 to 3 years? Whatever really you worry about. And again, it doesn't have to be what keeps you up at night for your organization. It can be literally you personally. So who wants to go first?
I will happily defer to Guru.
Okay, Guru, you're on the spot.
Perfect. I think certainly the 0 day is what something keeps me awake. You probably tend to read bad news in the morning when you have the coffee. Okay, here is another problem out there, right? 0 days is the most scary thing. Um, Things are changing into API and API ecosystem, right? And there is over millions and zillions of API out there in the internet, and organizations are not paying attention to the API and API security. People have to start looking at the application security seriously. And last but not least, making sure that you understand the risk and invest on the right capabilities to address these problems. At least when the 0 day happens, you know there is a capability to address that instantly.
This is how we handle it. Yeah. Okay, Jono, what are you most scared of?
War.
Okay, well, okay,
mean-
excellent point. They do overlap these days.
There is an overlap there, and you started us off with a discussion a little bit on nation states and the motivations that there might be there, and I would say flat out guarantee that there are one or more nation states actively, desperately trying to get into the network of one or more of the organizations on this call right now.
Yes.
So that's pretty scary. That's what we're all here for, to make sure that doesn't happen. The other one I would say, we've talked about it a number of times today, that there are extremely organized and wildly motivated, very intelligent, well-paid bad guys. And so we need to make sure that in the continuing arms race, AI is, any tool can be used for good or ill, and that we are using it for good at the speed and power with which we are quite sure it is now and will be used for ill moving forward. So those would be my two big ones.
Okay. And I will just wrap up as we're wrapping up this session. I'll piggyback off that and say my biggest fear is AI, because I don't think people understand the degree to which AI introduces vulnerabilities. The thing I was trying to harp on a little bit earlier is AI can look at all your data. All of your data can be unsensitive, unclassified, and it can immediately figure out data that is classified or should be, but you don't know that it's figured that out. So you're happily saying, I classified my data. All of it, all the circles are separated. Everything's good. Sensitive data is over here. Everything else is not sensitive. And AI can be looking at the non-sensitive and generating a digital twin in its own head of all the sensitive data. And now what does it do with that? And that, as you know, that's why I strongly urge clients and other folks to launch their digital ethics programs now, not tomorrow, because you need a program that says, how do we think about these risks? How do we put them in the context of other risks? And how do we address them? So that's kind of my big takeaway on all of this. Gentlemen, everyone, thank you very much for another excellent session.